in the previous video, we have successfully inserted some data into our database. In this video, what we're gonna do is like we're gonna retrieve all the data that we have stored in our database and show it in our Windows Form application. So which means inside this grid view. So let's implement that function. So just go to the form, then above this add button, click, just create a new method called public void get all students, just like that. Then I want you guys to get the SQL connection. So using here, I'm going to say SQL connection new connection equals to database dot db dot get connection, just like that. Now I want you to open the connection, then open. Now we're gonna store some strings here. So I want to store a query here. So let's say SQL query is equals to, so what I want to do here is like I want to select all the data from the database. So I'm going to write select all from the database. So we from the table, because we have our values in our table. So from the table, then I'm going to call a new class. So it's like a class that helps us to find our data, the data that we need. So we will call the SQL data adapter. So this is gonna help us to find all the data that we need. So I'm going to implement call this a class here. So adapter, new SQL adapter, and I'm going to give this adapter to access to the database. So also I'm telling what you have to do, what this adapter has to do. So SQL query dot connection. So now it has the access to the database. Also I'm going to create a data table as well. So data table. So data table dt new data table. So now adapter has all the data. Now I want to fill those data inside my data table. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say adapter dot fill all the data inside my data table, the data that you have in my data table, which means so dt. Also I'm going to say, so now I'm going to show this data in my grid view. So for that let me go here. So this grid, I want to go to the properties and select the name. So this is some student grid name. Just copy this and I want you to paste this here. Then say data source and bind together with the data table. Now data grid has access to the data table. So data table has the all the data. Now data grid also have the data. So we just bind these things together. Now whenever I run this method, I will get all the data. So for that I want to create get this function, and I'm going to call this function in my form node. So I'm going to press this and invoke the method here. So whenever I run this program, I will get the members that I have in my database. So also this looks like really nice. So also I don't want to show this ID in my table, so I'm going to remove. So I want to do something else. So whenever I add someone to my database, I want to refresh my data table also. So let's say like I'm going to add John Doe. So John Doe to my table. So age is going to be, let's say 32. The gender is male, and this he's going to do a computer science degree maybe. So let's add him. So whenever add him, you can't see that he's in this grid, so I have to update that as well. So first I'll remove this ID because I don't want to show this ID in my data grid view. We usually use ID to delete and update stuff in our database. So now what I want to do is simply copying this method and pasting it under the but right here, whenever any rows are affected, this method going to call again, so it will refresh the data grid when you add someone again. Also, I want to hide my ID, so what I'm going to do is, let's say student grid dot columns dot columns, and uh, inside these brackets I'm going to type ID. Then I'm going to say dot visible to false. Then you won't see this ID anymore. Let me show you. So ID is gone. Also, when you add someone new, let's say we're going to add Sam here, Sam current. Let's give age as 27. Also male. He's going to do a data science degree or already enrolled, so course enrolled, so add him. So you can simply see database or the data grid view is automatically refreshing in the runtime. So let's add someone else too. So let's add let's say Jessie. Let's say she's 21 and a girl, so female, computer science. So you can see that whenever you add someone, it will changing automatically. So I hope and also I want to change something in this properties. So just close this app, go to the form, make sure these things are not enabled. So these things are not enabled. So if you enable adding, it will give an extra row, so that might give you some errors. So don't do that, because we are already adding using buttons and the logic inside the code. So don't give this enable stuff to our data grid. So this is the end of this video. So let's move on to the next part.